Good morning. We find ourselves at the midpoint of the 31st week in Ordinary Time, the first full week of the month of November. And from time to time, I get a question from Catholic people about why the Church, in the course of its liturgical year, celebrates a feast day honoring or commemorating one of the four major basilicas in the city of Rome. It just so happens that in a few days, this next Saturday, we will celebrate the feast of what is known to be as the Pope's own church, and that is the Basilica of St. John Lateran in Rome. It was the first residence and first church of the popes in the earlier days of the church, in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th centuries of Christianity. But let's just look at the four basilicas. St. John Lateran, that feast commemorating this as the Pope's Church this coming Saturday, and then later in the month of November, a feast combining the commemorations of the basilicas of St. Peter and St. Paul outside the walls, both in Rome. And then in the month of August, the feast commemorating the building of the other major basilicas, St. Mary Major. And the whole point of the Church's celebration isn't so much to draw our attention to a specific physical building, beautiful as they all are, but what these basilicas, ancient and more recent, really represent for all Catholics throughout the world, and that is two things. The Petrine ministry of the Pope as the successor to St. Peter and the Vicar of Christ on earth, and the visible head and sign of unity among all of us Catholics. But also, the Church is reminding us through these feasts of the establishment by Jesus himself of the Catholic Church on those 12 foundation stones, so to speak, of the 12 apostles, and the fact that their faith from the day of Pentecost and even before to this very day is the same faith that we profess. It is the apostolic faith, which announced the good news of salvation to the entire world from that first Pentecost Sunday, and which the Catholic Church, in the person of the Pope, the bishops, the priests, the deacons, and Catholic women and men, continue to announce to the world in every generation, down to our own, and also to live the Catholic faith of the apostles to the best of our abilities from day to day. And so I encourage you, when you have a few moments, you can go online, certainly, or if you have a good Catholic book describing churches, look up these four basilicas and learn much more about them and how they played a central part in the spread of the gospel in the early church and continue to do so down to our own day.